Welcome and thanks so much for joining us today. Can everybody hear me okay? Perfect. Again, welcome to this inaugural research webinar hosted by our team here at the Michigan Virtual Learning Research Institute, more commonly known as MVLRI. Today we'll be talking to you about what we do here at MVLRI and the initiatives that are launching for the K-12 online and blended learning research community. There are some great opportunities for you to share your work through publishing and presenting, and also for building your network of researchers and potential collaborators. The MVLRI team includes Executive Director Joe Friedoff, Research Associate Justin Bruno, Researcher Kristen DeBruler, Senior Researcher Catherine Kennedy, and Proposal and Content Writer Rebecca Stimson. So we're going to talk a little bit about first MVLRI. In 2012, the governor and Michigan legislature passed legislation requiring the Michigan Virtual University, or MVU, to establish a Center for Online Learning Research and Innovation. And through this center, directed MVU to work on a variety of projects. So the center, which is now formally known as the Michigan Virtual Learning Research Institute, or MVLRI, is a natural extension of the work of MVU. We were established, and MVU was established in 1998, and its mission is to advance K-12 education through digital learning, research, innovation, policy, and partnerships. And toward that end, the core strategies of our institute, the Research Institute, are 1, research to expand the K-12 online and blended learning knowledge base through high-quality, high-impact research. Policy to inform local, state, and national public education policy strategies that reinforce and support online and blended learning opportunities for the K-12 community. Innovation to experiment with new technologies and online learning models to foster expanded learning opportunities for K-12 students. And finally, networks, developing human and web-based applications and infrastructures for sharing information and implementing K-12 online blended learning best practices, and this is exactly why we're here today. The goal of the Institute is to expand Michigan's capacity to support new learning models, engage in active research to inform new policies in online and blended learning, and to strengthen the state's infrastructure, again, for sharing best practices. And you can learn more about us at www.mvlri.org. And now I'm going to hand it over to Rebecca Stimson to provide an overview of what we'll be talking about today.
Thank you, Catherine. Hello, everyone. We have some great opportunities through the Institute for getting involved and staying up to date with the latest and greatest in the field of K-12 online and blended learning. What you're seeing on this slide is a list of the areas that we'll be talking about today. This is a very informal webinar, so if you have questions, feel free to type them into the chat field, and one of us would be happy to answer as we go along. Next, Catherine is going to tell you about the Institute's Fellow Program.
Thanks, Becky. So the MVU dedicates staff members to the Institute for projects, and we also augment our capacity through a fellows program drawing from state, national, and international experts in K-12 online learning. Our fellows receive a one-year appointment and are selected based on their alignment of their strengths with the Institute priorities for the year. So our current fellows include Jared Borup of George Mason University, Susan Lowe's of Columbia's Teachers College, Tom Clark of TA Consulting, Kieran Pratt of University of Otago in New Zealand, and Sean Smith of the Center on Online Learning and Students with Disabilities. Our past fellows have included Rick Fertig of Kent State University, Leanna Archambault of Arizona State University, Michael Barber of Sacred Heart University, Phoebe Winter of Pacific Mentrix, and Gordon Friedman of the National Laboratory for Education Transformation. We are extremely grateful for their work at the Institute. And now Rebecca is going to talk about our Institute publications.
Together with the help of other collaborators, and particularly our Fellows Program that Catherine just described, We've been able to publish several research reports for the field to help inform decision makers and increase understanding about many topics, including but not limited to evaluation and approval constructs, state data reporting and effectiveness, MOOCs, consumer awareness, and assessments. All of our publications are available as free downloads on our website. We'd appreciate your feedback, so please let us know what you think. Justin is up next, and he is going to tell you about our clearinghouse.
Thanks, Becky. My name is Justin Bruno, a research associate here with the Institute, and I'd just like to tell you a little bit about one of the great resources that we provide for those who'd like to stay very in tune with the current research around K-12 and blended and online learning. The Clearinghouse came about as a project that was done in partnership with iNACOL to build a database of resources, references of publications, research reports, general reports that are housed in one singular location, that being the Clearinghouse itself. Clearinghouse is located at k12onlineresearch.org. Currently, we have over 650 references, which are available for those who need to have those resources. The good thing about our field is that a lot of these resources are available via free download, so we do include links to where those resources are available if they are available for free. We also partner with different contributing organizations that can provide us with some of their references, point us to some of their references. Currently, three of our current contributors are COLSD, the Center for Online Learning and Students with Disabilities, Can eLearn, which is the Canadian e-learning initiative, sort of the Canadian iteration of iNACOL, and Quality Matters. So those resources are also tagged by the Clearinghouse keyword corresponding to their project contribution name. We are also very recently active on a lot of social media platforms, so we have a pretty strong presence that's beginning to grow across a ton of different platforms. Here you can see we have linked out to our Twitter handle, our Facebook page, our LinkedIn page, our Google Plus page, and our YouTube page as well. These are all linked out from our homepage, which is MVLRI.org also. And thank you very much, Catherine. I nearly forgot, or I did forget to mention one of the most important things about the Clearinghouse. If you belong to an organization that is interested in being a project contributor for the Research Clearinghouse, please feel free to contact us, and we will work with you to do so.
So in addition to the social media sites that Justin just talked about, we also started the MVLRI blog. Officially it started a couple weeks ago, and we're currently posting about once a week. Blog items include community notifications about recent publications or calls for papers, proposals, conferences, etc. We're also hoping to start a podcast series that will post to the blog and to our social media sites, where we do short interviews with thought leaders in our field. Through the blog, we'll also provide recordings of the webinars like this one, and posts will include additional items like sharing requests for research collaborations, highlighting researchers and current work, and posting internship and employment opportunities that we come across. We happily welcome guest bloggers, so if you have something to share, please let us know. And as Catherine mentioned at the start, this is our inaugural webinar, and we'll be doing webinars throughout the year. If you like the blog, if you or anyone you know would like to present your work at a webinar, please email us, let us know. You can get our contact information from the website. Timing on the webinars is going to be pretty flexible. This one is a half an hour, but we can do more or less time depending on the topic. And we'll try to stagger these at different times throughout the month to accommodate as many schedules as possible. Webinars can be formal to share finished research, or can be informal if you're working on something and looking for feedback from the field. We're also considering, based on response and recommendations from the field, special topic webinars. So if you have any interest in suggesting a topic or presenting a special topic, please contact us.
Great, thanks, Kristen. So the last thing we'll be talking about is our collaborative meetings. And so we're starting these quarterly virtual collaborative meetings for researchers to come together, get feedback on their work, and share any opportunities for collaborations for grants, research, publications, etc. The first one of these collaborative meetings will be our fall collaborative, and it'll be held in October. This group will also coordinate get-togethers at conferences throughout the year so that researchers can connect, because a lot of times we don't have that informal time to connect when we're out in the professional field. So this will be a great opportunity to do that. About a month before the collaborative meeting, we'll send out an invite and call for presenters. So there will be 2 to 3 presenters per collaborative meeting. And the presentations for the collaborative meeting specifically will be to get critical feedback on works that you're currently working on, so works in progress. And we look forward to seeing you at that first collaborative meeting in October. We'll be in touch with more information on that. And yes, Scott, this session is going to be recorded today. And here is our contact information. Anytime you want to get a hold of us, this is the way to do it. MVLRI@mivu.org or any of our Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn pages. If you have any questions, feel free to use the microphone or set up in the chat box. And I was just prompted by Joe to actually talk about a few other things. iNACOL has actually handed over the research and review webinar series to us here at MVLRI. So they'll be discontinuing both their blog and their research webinar series, and we'll be taking on that role here at MVLRI. Another opportunity that he wanted me to mention as well, and I believe I see Leanne Archambault here, we are happy to be co-editing the Journal of Online Learning Research that just started up by AACE, the same organization that runs Cite and eLearn. And that one is up and running. We just actually sent out the first information about all of how to submit papers online. If you go to aace.org and then publications, you'll see our Journal of Online Learning Research there, and we are happily awaiting your submissions. Joe Friedoff is an associate editor on that as well. Another piece that will be hopefully coming out very soon is Rick Ferdig and I are working on a handbook of K-12 and online blended learning research. And a lot of the authors are in the participants area right now. So we are grateful to them, and we're sending it off to Carnegie Mellon University to get published, and everything will be available online. The Journal of Online Learning Research is also going to be free and online as well. So everything is going to be open access. All right, well, thank you so much again for joining us today. I know this was a very short compilation of everything that we're working on. What we would love for you to do is please spread the word about the collaborative and our many opportunities for sharing. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Enjoy your day.